Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, May the 22nd. We have none other than my favorite mayor of Columbia, Missouri, the current favorite mayor of Columbia, Missouri.
Did you say my favorite mayor? That's really
my favorite
detailed.
Current mayor. Okay. None other than Barbara Buffaloe. Now, Barbara and I have been friends for a long time, and we can trade barbs back and forth.
Yes.
Well, that's Barb is Barb.
I know, right? I can be so many things with my name.
But it's good to have
buffaloed.
Good to have you. She walked in today, and I kind of jumped on her about some stuff, and she goes, "What, do you realize that I get 200 emails a day?" You get 200 emails a day?
Not always every day, but I definitely get, if we count messages on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, emails, phone calls, there's a lot of communication that comes at me.
Now, you've been mayor for just a little bit over a year,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
What has surprised you the most about being Madam Mayor?
I guess, one thing, and I don't know why it was surprising to me, but, one thing is in local government, a lot is happening, and there's a lot of different information that goes into decisions that are made. Mm-hmm. And I'm always surprised when people are like, they're not patient to hear a response or to get their feedback or get a program started or project. And they have the tendency sometimes to not be the nicest version of themselves.
Mm-hmm. So, okay.
And I don't know why I was surprised at this, watching like national news.
Oh.
But sometimes
it's like the shield of civility has been removed.
In some cases, I mean, on the flip side, some of it is also
very
just
nice.
Very nice and very lovely. And my husband reminds me to every time that happens, to remind me that, Barbara, there's more and more people that are happy with the progress that is being made in Columbia. So remember that they're just not emailing you or hashtagging you. When
you get those nasty comments, and I would imagine, I can only imagine that some of them are pretty rude.
Yeah.
Do you have a hard time not taking that personally?
Well, I'll say first off, it's helpful that since I already worked in local government, I'm a very patient person, and I have pretty thick skin. But I obviously want to help, right? I want to help every community member, every visitor in our town, every person, regardless of who they love, what color of their skin, what religious they practice. We are a welcoming community. But sometimes when you get those messages, it helps me to remember that they're probably from people that are passionate about what they love, and what they care about, and their neighbors and their family. And so I want to take that in. And at the same time, it helps me I got really good advice, probably halfway through my first year. My friend, Peter Stiepleman, our former superintendent, I was talking about something, and I was like, okay, so I think what I could say is this. And he's like, Barbara, don't let people live rent-free in your head. And it was this idea of like, you can try to plan for everything that might come up or might happen, but you're never going to get it right? You're never going to know 100% where everybody is. So if you just stay on your course and you communicate what your course is, and you take in the information and you shift your course based on the new information that comes in, you are improving the community and you're staying true to yourself. And so I really needed that, because I was spending so much time thinking, okay, when I do this, someone's going to comment on Facebook, blah, 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 and somebody's going to reshare this and they're going to reframe. And I was like, I can't do that and focus on my husband, my kids, my own health. So that was really good advice that I got. And so I try to also pass that along to others when they're struggling.
Yeah. Are you happy with the way
your job is going and what you are giving the community?
I am. I know there's always room for improvement, right? This is those opportunities for improvement we talked about, like
Right.
when I was sustainability manager. There's always things that we can improve, but we are seeing progress, right? So we just talked about last week at council the amount of social service funding we've done, especially for our unsheltered community. If you compare 2016 to last year, we've quadrupled the amount of funds, more than that we're giving and we're spending on investing in our community to make it safer for everybody. Mm-hmm. And so you're seeing those improvements. Last year we had a lot of things done. I'm proud to work with DeCarlin Seawood, our city manager. I'm seeing that he's listening and he's acting on the things that we need to work on. Obviously, we can improve everything, and there are times, Paul, I'm not going to lie, where I wish I could just respond what I'm really thinking.
But you can't.
We had some incidents recently where I'm just like, this is what I'm really thinking. But I also have to notice the system that we work within. And there's a process for certain situations that happen that we must follow because it's things that protect all of us and all of our freedoms.
I understand. Now, several years ago, you couldn't pick up the old Tribune, what was the old Tribune, with Trib Talk and Jim Robertson, without hearing about the roll carts. What's the latest with the roll carts in Columbia?
Oh, so we are going to be having automated collection March of 2024.
So the roll carts are coming.
We are, right.
There is no way to hold those roll carts back, right?
Yeah, and I'll say, staff is working really hard, especially with all of our volunteers, on designing a system that works for people, which is what we originally intended back in 2012 when we first started this conversation. It's just that it's taken a long time to figure out what's going to work best for Columbia. But yeah, I joked that in 2000.
So you're saying the trash pickup is going to be automated?
So what that means is that the truck pulls up to the driveway, and this robot kind of arm is what grabs the roll cart and then dumps it in rather than a person coming over and picking up those trash bags. So there's still going to be a person driving the truck.
Well, I hope so.
There's no, I don't know. We've got a shortage.
But
Maybe
a robot is going to pick up, a robot arm is going to pick up the trash. So
it's not that fancy, but yeah.
It's all new trucks? Are they going to have to?
So we are working on leasing trucks, for this coming in. We have in our budget already to replace trucks. So this is us just choosing a different truck.
Okay, so there's going to be a big robotic arm that reaches out and picks up the trash can.
I'm not sure how exciting you're making it sound versus what it's really going to look like. So I will look ahead to some of these YouTube videos.
Okay. Come back, and we'll have an update on that. Barb, we're out of time for today. Thank you so much
Thanks for having me,
coming
Paul.
by. I always enjoyed chatting with Barbara. She really is a nice lady. She's a nice lady.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that.
Sometimes I get irritated with her, but she's a nice lady.
That's not true. He gets irritated when I can't respond to an email.
All right. We're out of time for today, but you can contact her. How do they get in touch with you?
You can go mayor@como.gov. Send me a message.
Mayor@como.gov. Nice lady here. See you. Bye-bye.